hope to see what we can find any cool plays today with the teams that we watched.
Yep. Well, Museum d'Alfonsino, very long-range favored map here, especially on zones. You will most likely be seeing Pencil, or maybe some other charger if they want to not run Pencil, maybe opting for something like Zap or Entry, which is a little more rare now, but who knows?
What about Clams
Haggle? Clams Haggle. I was debating whether or not to take this off the map list, but it's not too bad. It's a tad bit awkward to push with the switch on the right under the basket. But one thing that I do like about the Clamblitz version of Hagglefish is the paintable wall next to the canopy, because it's hard to get up there otherwise. And then in Clamblitz, I do believe there is a paintable wall there.
Yeah.
Or wall there.
Bro, Hagglefish Market gave me PTSD on clams. Bro,
Really?
One time, it's a little funny thing between me and friends, but we were playing on Haggle, and we were trying to give jumps with clams, but no one happened, like, no one came, and we all got wiped out. It was so traumatic.
Yes, that's very unfortunate when that happens. Team communication is pretty difficult, and being able to master that can let you play a lot better. And then finally, for our third map of this set, we have Tower Control and Ship-Shaped Cargo Company. This oil rig in the middle of some kind of cold ocean. I'm not sure which. Splatoon map is a little bit weird.
I have mixed feelings about Ship-Shaped Tower. It's a weird map to play on, honestly. But you'll probably see something like aggressive coolers or something. Either that or a Headit.
Yeah, I do think Tower Control specifically is probably a favorite mode on this map, especially with the block on the left side to push against whatever that area on the left side is called. And also the paintable walls near main, it's a lot more open, unlike the zones layout, which is... it's unique, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's really easy to get locked out here, and once you get locked out on this map, it's kind of hard to push back, but we'll see today.
It sort of is. It's hard to contest on the right side, with the tower being an additional high ground point for you to stand on. And once the tower moves towards the court of the map, your really only option is the left, which is hard for the tower riders to get through. But if you can get through that, it is very close to the last checkpoint and KOing the game. So yeah, we'll see what happens on that map here today.
Indeed we will. Can I just say that the stream music is actually going hard right now?
Oh yeah, insane music, guys. You know, just like, you know, what I really love about this song is the emotions that you experience just from listening to it.
Yep. But, and we are getting started.
Set those things aside. The game has now started. We are seeing 2 buckets, a sword, and a splash. And we're seeing an ink brush from the side of Asphyxiation.
Yep.
What do you think about these?
Honestly, I'm wondering how many coolers this try is gonna get out.
Yes, a rare option here. The Stamper is opting to be on this right side, which is a very powerful spot for it to be, being able to peek over the ledge and hit people through it.
Unfortunately, I think he got spotted.
The sword is helped by the Slosher to get a pick there. That's one down on the side of Asphyxiation. Oracle with an early cap, and they pop the Crab Tank on the spinner, and they're getting their first hold there.
Yep. Moody's, I think, trying to get a pull. Oh, and they go down to a bomb. Unfortunate. Looks like they're going to try and make a push here and try and hold. Wonder how they're...
Yes. This spinner is a very powerful spot to be for the attacking side.
Yep.
Again, they're not really watching their flanks. Who knows what will happen here? This book is having very questionable movement here. And we do see one trying to go left. The Stamper on the side of Oracle goes down.
Oh,
they're able to trade it out. 2 go down on the side of Asphyxiation, and this may be a short game.
Unfortunate.
That
They
was
just
just that was just a great hold from Oracle there, being able to take the spinner on the plat, and Asphyxiation was just unable to get anything done to try to retake.
yeah. They probably had a little problems with 𝓀𝓉𝓉 retake, but it happens on this map.
Yes, Spy Slosher is a rare one to see, and
Very rare.
this is partly why it's not seen as much. Stuff like Pencil and Headit and even Zap just has a lot more cooler output, but who knows, maybe they'll be able to make something of it. But next is 𝓀𝓉𝓉𝓃𝓈 on Hagglefish Market.
Can't wait to see what we have for this one.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, a member on the side of Asphyxiation went AFK. That's unfortunate. That's probably why they struggled with retake.
That is the brush player.
That is indeed the brush player.
Anyway, we're waiting for our next set.
Yep.
I don't know what to talk about. Guys, help me. I mean, I guess we might see an upset, but I mean, Oracle's seated as number 11, and Asphyxiation is 6 here, so that's something.
Yep.
Then again, I don't know exactly what's going on with the match, but they were just talking about their brush player being AFK, and I'm not sure what other information that is known to us, so yeah.
Yep. Maybe once their brush gets back, they'll probably try and clutch the next 2 games. We'll see.
Remember, this is play all 3. Even if Oracle does end up winning the second game, we will see game 3 regardless. So yeah, look forward to Chip Shape Tower.
Next game is on the go.
We are seeing the same comp from the side of Oracle, and Asphyxiation also running the same comp as far as I know.
Looks like Zap's gonna go for an Oli Curler. Looks like Asphyxiation's probably gonna go for a harsh push in the start. Maybe try and get a few picks.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to hold stalemate before Cooler, but unfortunately they're unable to do so with the machine going down on the right side. But they're able to clean up with 2. Can the Zap win this fight? No, they cannot, and they are going down. Oracle will get the first push and be taking mid here, with the power clam ready to be scored.
With that drop, that might put they put them at a risk. Who knows? The brush probably might try and flank. Who knows?
This grab was popped early, but then is not rushed down by the brush. 2 go down on both sides, 3 go down on the side of Asphyxiation, and Oracle might have a chance to retake mid after their fallen push from the beginning of the game.
Yep, brush is trying to push 2. Hopefully trying to get good picks before dying.
The Ultra Stamp comes out, gets 2, and the brush is able to help retake mid. The brush may be able to score here, and they do get the power stamp in. Maybe create some space for their team to move up and take that court and induce pressure on the plat of Oracle.
Unfortunately, it was just a short push. Now that Oracle was able to retake their spawn, trying to hold.
This 52 is able to sell them out a little bit on the plat. Gets 1, but they were having to back up from the Stamper, who's actually inducing a lot of pressure here. They pop Zip and are able to get 1. Will they be able to get another?
Oh, this unfortunate.
Slosher get the 52 on the left side, and Oracle might be able to retake mid once again.
Yep.
The 3rd time.
They have strikes. They might try and use it for a push once they have a clam.
Yes, playing very slow here, just trying to get as many special as possible to get the best push against Asphyxiation's short 23-point push that they were able to make with the brush.
The coordination on Team Oracle seems to be pretty fairly well, while the other team kind of looks a little bit staggered. They're trying to rush in and just trying to retake as quickly as they can.
Yeah, being staggered is very hard to fight with if you're defending. But the brush, I believe, is able to get that crab, and that'll be 1 down on the side of Oracle, and the Slosher seems to also go down. And Asphyxiation is able to push here and maybe score if this 52, or Zap I mean, could make something happen. They get one, they're able to score the ball. Are they able to live here? They are. Oh, never mind, I spoke too soon. Zap goes down. Brush trying to do something with the hammer and is able to get a trade, but the hammer is able to trade that out. And I believe Oracle will be able to stop this push on the plat.
This 52
gets a kill, they're trying to prove me wrong.
This 52 is trying. Oh, that's unfortunate. The push is probably now dead and they're going to try and retake soon. Maybe with strikes to push them out. We'll see.
This bucket's playing very passive with their strikes. They're waiting for the cooler, and now with one down on the side of Asphyxiation, Oracle will be pushing to take mid again. Will they be able to get the brush? No, the brush slows down their push, but the crab is popped on the side of Oracle. And one goes down, two goes down on the side of Asphyxiation, and this will just be a good push for Oracle if they can get this ball in.
Yep. Sadly, they have a lack of specials to try and hold their push, so they might go down pretty fast. See how there are already three. Dang, a whole wipeout already on the side of Oracle. That's unfortunate. But
wow, are you a fortune teller? Predicted that like perfectly. I mean, Asphyxiation here just able to get that wipeout and completely retake mid, and then they have 3 balls at the ready. This could be a huge push if they can get some picks down onto Oracle.
Brush is trying to go in. Oh, unfortunate. There's no specials on the side of either team, but they're probably going to try and get up and try and make a final push. But I don't know, the Stamper's trying to hold back as hard as they can.
That's 3 down on the side of Oracle, and they get the first ball in, but unfortunately unable to follow up a lot, because Oracle has done a great job regrouping together to take that plat back, and that was going to be a very short push from the side of Asphyxiation.
Hopefully Oracle will be able to make a last-second push if they're able to. Sadly, they don't have the specials or ability to, so they might not be able to make this. They're kind of just staggering now and just feeding to Asphyxiation. This might just go to them.
Yes, if Oracle is able to regroup and not stagger to Asphyxiation, unfortunately that push was delayed too much. They were able to score one more clam, keep the basket open, and that is a comeback win from the side of Asphyxiation.
Unfortunately, even with the coordination of Oracle, they kind of just staggered at the end. So, and they also kind of just lacked a little bit of specials. Hopefully we'll see how Game 3 goes.
Another thing to notice about that game is I did see the Brush getting a lot of trades on the offense, and the good thing about that is you're not really losing a lot of space from that, especially with the Brush not contributing to that space a lot, and if they're able to just stagger the opponent on offense like that, they can just hold their space, and then the enemy team can't really do much unless they regather and, get resources to try to push back.
I also saw with the Brush that they had some pretty good stamps every now and then, especially with that double. That was a pretty good push, or like kills to get help with the team.
Yeah. Power control shape. This map is kind of hard to play, and I feel like it's just so wide open, and I don't know. It's just weird to play on.
Wide open maps are usually favored by a whole bunch of weapons, like probably pencil, but I'm surprised I didn't see one get put up from either side. It would have probably helped with paint. Either that or maybe a heavy edit. But honestly, they made
one thing I understand about them is, playing pencil is just not fun. I mean, I'm not a fan of the weapon. It's kind of boring. I prefer to play like headed, because I get to play more aggressive that way, which I like to do. And then Zap is also more aggressive, and then sometimes just not running cooler at all for dive comp, and overall that's just kind of fun to play for me.
Yep, and here goes the third game. Any changes in comp, we'll see. Ooh, they brought out a Nautilus and changed to Zap for support. And they kept the same comp for Asphyxiation.
Yes, that Nautilus is going to be able to provide extra mid-range pressure, and they will probably be able to get more coolers. Unfortunately, the Gal goes down on the side of Asphyxiation, and maybe they won't give. The screen is a little bit dark for us, I'm sorry.
There we go.
But it looks like Asphyxiation is able to recover very fast and get a pick. Unfortunately, trades with the 𝓀𝓈, who goes down, and Asphyxiation will be getting the first push here. Maybe if the Stamper gets too much.
They're just being constantly pressured. Hopefully, Asphyxiation can push back in order to hold, but looks like they're struggling just a little bit.
Looks like everyone's struggling. The hammer gets 2, and that's 3 down on the side of Oracle. Maybe, don't mark my words this time, maybe Asphyxiation will get a push going, but the Stamper is making it a lot more difficult to take space on this top left side.
Yeah.
Though the Stamper does go down, and I think this will be a good push for Asphyxiation so far.
It looks like the 𝓀𝓈 is trying to push the machine, and they're probably going to try and push the 𝓀𝓈 alone. See how this goes.
I think Oracle just couldn't provide the pressure necessary. Even with that crab tank, Asphyxiation just did a good job stalling that crab out, which was one of their best resources to try to defend against this push on the left side. And then now they're going to have to try to rotate to the other side to defend against this now very powerful feeling Asphyxiation as they approach the second checkpoint, or third checkpoint actually.
Yep. Unfortunate start. They had like a good push at the start for Team Oracle, but I guess they couldn't just hold the thing, and now they're going to try and retake with an odd crab position, but we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, it seems to have worked. They're able to contest mid now. Asphyxiation just backed up a whole lot after 2 of their members going down.
Looks like their retake's going to be a little bit slow for them.
Yeah, their knot does go down, but they do have 3 specials ready for this push against Asphyxiation. They pop the crab take on the top left, but the machine is under them, and will they be able to have help to fight this machine? But no, and the hammer from behind, able to get 2 kills, and that's a wipeout on the side of Oracle. Asphyxiation gonna retake lead, defend very nicely against that Oracle push from that wipeout.
Unfortunately, that 52 tried to go in, but I guess the wall didn't register in time. Oh, unfortunate. But I think they had...
Game very laggy, unfortunately. 2 go down the side. 3 go down on the side of Asphyxiation, trying to get rid of this gal that's the only one left here, but they're stalling very well. Maybe the gal will be able to stall long enough for Asphyxiation to come back. Two members of Oracle are just watching this gal the entire time, maybe giving up space in mid. And Asphyxiation's already back like that, and the knot goes down, and they might not be able to get the push that they could have potentially gotten from that 3 down.
That was a good zip caster onto the brush, and then they got rushed down by 2. Unfortunate.
Just Asphyxiation doing a very good job playing well with their gal and their Inquest, just being able to stall out people with their, you know, like skirmishy and like living kind of styles just behind them, ratting them out and delaying their pushes.
The Zap is doing a very good job on repainting the moment they have the ability to retake mid, getting up those pullers for their teammates so they can come back fast.
Why are both teams staggering so much? No pushes seeable in the near future. 2 go down the Oracle though, so maybe Asphyxiation will be able to push, but who knows, this game has been a roller coaster ride, hasn't it?
Indeed it has. Seems like a whole bunch of Oracle members are just trying to stay on left, but unfortunately they aren't able to hold, leaving them very vulnerable.
Yes, 2 down on the side of Oracle, and Asphyxiation be able to retake this flat area, and maybe will potentially be able to get this right checkpoint, and they do. And 3 go down on the side of Oracle, and this might be a KO on the side of Asphyxiation.
Yep, and it goes to Asphyxiation. Makes the score 1-2.
What a game there. I mean, Oracle was just unable to really get through Asphyxiation's just like ratting and aggressive and somewhat stally playstyle all at once, which sounds kind of weird, but I mean, it's true that gal mainly is what really surprises me. I mean, they were just able to hold that for so long and get the rest of their team to mid before Oracle could really get a push going there after the 3 down.
Yeah, that guy was doing a great job at distracting the other 2 teammates constant and giving constant pressure just alone and still surviving through most of their plays, which caught me really off guard.
Yep.
What a
Well,
great.
that was a lot of staggering, a lot of fighting throughout that entire game, and that will be that'll be Asphyxiation getting the 2-1 win over Oracle in round 1 of Tristrike Tuesdays, number 10 all modes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, stream is still on. Might as well just talk about random things once again. My favorite hobby. Yapping. Oh, I sure do love yapping.
Yep. Alright. vectorQry.
We have vectorQry versus Kittens. We're back. We're seeing a Decavitator, and we're seeing a Z+F charger. Sorry if I'm very delayed here, but the stream isn't appearing for me. Alright, there we go. We're seeing a pencil, Decavitator, shot, and other shot, and then we're having a VDS and a Z+F on the side of Kittens. There'll be one down on the side of VQ vectorQry, but the charger able to trade that off.
Yep. It seems like this pencil is trying to go for cooler and trying to focus tower a little bit. These comps are a little bit strange. You don't see them every day in competitive Splatoon.
Yeah, the VDS is a very interesting pick here, and I'd love to see it, but that's a wipeout on the side of VQ vectorQry, and they're able to retake mid here.
Yeah, that is a great push from vectorQry. It just seems like the side of Kittens has a whole lack of paint. I don't know how they're gonna do with retake. But
yes, an early strike, so maybe they won't have that for later. This Lunar Blaster opting to try to do something here. They popped Ultra Stamp, able to get one down, kill the pencil on the side of VQ vectorQry, and they're moving back to mid very quickly, which is really nice to see here. And once behind the scenes, the Decavitator trying to make up something here, but unfortunately goes down.
Seems like they're gonna try. They try to use strikes, I guess, to try and push in a little bit. It seemed like it was a little bit early for that, but who knows? I guess so much going on. I can't really say much, honestly.
Whoa, someone's behind, and they're able to get a trade, maybe delay this push a little bit. VQ vectorQry has a numbers advantage and trying to take this left stack to try to approach Kittens in a way so that they can retake mid. And they get one down, unfortunately right there, and two go down on the side of VQ vectorQry. And Kittens is able to hold together this push and maybe get the toe to the right side to get that second checkpoint there.
Nice shot from the Z and up killing the pencil. They're probably just going to try and hold tower as much as they can so they can get that check. And they got it. It seems like now they're probably the team of vectorQry is staggering just a little bit and trying to rush tower. And they do strikes to try and hold. Unfortunately, they go down. And one down on both sides, but one comes back due to cooler. The vectorQry is trying to get that pushback. That's pretty good.
vectorQry does clean up a little bit there, and yes, they are able to stop that push, but not before getting that first checkpoint or second checkpoint. I mean,
seems like one's trying to flank, and unfortunately they were called out and spotted. They have the Lunar Blaster as their special ready. They're probably gonna try and use it to push in at some point later in the game and two goes down on the side of vectorQry. And here goes the stamp, unfortunately getting cancelled.
Yeah, vectorQry is just unable to really stop staggering here to try to hold mid. They're popping early specials and don't have enough resources for their pushes here against Kittens, and Kittens is just doing a great job of holding that pressure and not staggering a whole lot, and they're able to stagger vectorQry and get these great pushes on.
Unfortunately, that cooler goes down, so only a few people was able to grab it. Seems like the shot's probably even trying to push their stack. See how that goes. I don't think they noticed.
That's very aggressive. They're able to get one kill though. 3 go down on the side of Kittens. Not sure what happened there. Looks like the Zuka got a pick. And vectorQry finally has an opportunity to get a good push going against Mittens, or Kittens, I mean.
Yep, they also have strikes on their side, but they might use that onto and they go down, unfortunately. Goes the stamp. 3 go down on the side of vectorQry. Seems like they're going to try and retake mid once more.
I always forget. I think I've been pronouncing their name wrong. It's VQ vectorQry, but yeah, VQ vectorQry once again. on the left or rear foot here, and Kittens is just applying so much pressure. This Luna Blaster is doing a great job peeking under the ledges. 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓯𝓃 unfortunately is unable to make something happen on that right side there. And the hammer goes down, but 1-3 go down on the side of vectorQry once again.
Unfortunately, it's just the pencil trying to hold by themselves. And now they're probably staggering just a little bit too much. And now vectorQry is trying to push back as much as they can, trying to get as many picks as they can and take back their stack. They can retake. But unfortunately, Kittens, oh my gosh, you got me saying it. Kittens trying to hold in that push a little bit too good for the vectorQry to come back.
Yes, with just very little time on the clock, vectorQry is just gonna have to try to maybe even just rush tower here to try to take mid and ride the tower so that overtime can kick in so that they have an opportunity to push, and they are able to get a few picks, but Kittens is doing a very good job just stalling and waiting with their tri-strikes, which they do have to try to force anyone who's on the tower off, and they finally use it, but no follow-up seems to be approaching yet. 2 goes down on the side of vectorQry, and that VDS is able to touch the tower and end the game there with the win going to Kittens, I believe.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I just forgot. This is game 2. So vectorQry already won 1 game, and that just kind of mixed me up a little bit.
A little bit. That was an unfortunate play. It seems like there was so much staggering going on from the side of vectorQry and unable to get any pushbacks.
Also, sorry for both teams for mispronouncing your names, and I just completely mess up Kittens. I just thought it was Mittens for whatever reason. And vectorQry, I'm very sorry for pronouncing your name vectorQry. Not sure why that happened. But anyway, we have Clamblitz on Scorch Gorge now. Try saying Scorch Gorge 5 times fast.
Scorch Gorge, Scorch Gorge, Scorch Gorge.
A real tongue twister there. And a twister in the game too. Clamblitz is a better mode for this map. I mean, as you see, we're not playing it on zones, not playing it on tower, because those modes are weird on this map. It's a very interesting map, and we'll just see what happens on it, I guess. Time will tell.
Hopefully we'll be seeing some cool plays. I know that one of them plays a shot, so probably their 𝓀𝒾𝓉 might have an advantage on this map just a little bit if they try to make a push, or maybe they'll use strikes to help push in. We'll see. I wonder if they're going to keep the Luna Blaster, though, even though it might not work the best on this map.
Yes, very interested to see that, and I love the comps. I mean, seeing a VDS is pretty rare, and also seeing a Luna Blaster is another of those rarities that you don't see very often in competitive Splatoon.
Yeah, I love seeing these cool, like, diverse comps that aren't just, like, the meta, because, like, who knows? You might actually find something that's pretty good to work with that can go against the meta accounts at some point.
Yep, indeed, indeed. I love theory crafting. I love seeing the meta shift in, all kinds of different ways, and, the different, like, I guess metas that were in the style of play. We've seen, like, rushdown, we've seen stall, we've seen the midline heavy styles that we've been seeing, and who knows what's next. But set all that aside, we're in game 3 of round 2.
And they pull out a pencil and keep the double shot. And it seems like the other team on the side of Kittens stay with the same comp. I wonder how this is going to go.
Yes, I do wonder how this is going to go. This pencil here is going to be able to really apply a lot of pressure to mid from that snipe point there. Just pain a lot, contest mid, though the cooler from Kittens comes out and able to get 1 pick on the side of VQ vectorQry, and 2 down go on both sides.
Yep. Seems like they're trying to retake mid as best they can, but it seems like they might have a little issue with retake, even with 2 being pushed up from the side of Kittens. Currently 1 down on both sides. Oh, and the Zap got pushed by 2, and this might just be retake opportunity to the side of vectorQry.
Yes, Kittens was just unable to be able to hold that space there, especially with 2 going down, and I guess they just weren't there in time. No resources were there this pencil gets a great pick on the splatter scope there, and 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃 has a great opportunity now that the backline backbone of the side of Kittens is down.
Unfortunately, this push is just going a little bit too slow. If they try and hold this just a little bit longer, they might have not been able to make that score. But good thing they do. Let's see if they can try and hold it, although it seems like the other team is trying to push back with that pick getting from the charger. Goes great.
It was an interesting 𝓀𝒾𝓉 there because teammates weren't there to support it, and they were able to get that pick very easily. And Kittens is able to regroup and at least take the ramp here. They're going to try to contest mid. They're able to get one pick, and who knows, maybe this shift in control of the map will go to Kittens, and they'll be able to get a push going soon.
Yep. Seems like retake is in the favor of Kittens right now. With all the people going down inside of mid, they're trying to get all the clams they can get. Seems like they're almost another puller, which they might pick up another push with this, with maybe a possible stamp from the side of the Luna Blaster.
The Octo shot does go down inside of 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃 as long as the other splatter shot, and that's a score for Kittens. 3 go down on the side of vectorQry, and that's a great push, start to a push on the side of Kittens.
Ooh, now it's 2 on the side of Kittens going down. Unfortunately, they'll be able to come back fast with Cooler and try and hold that push just a little bit, but it seems like that's unfortunate. Seems like vectorQry will be getting this retake and pushing them far back.
Yes, it just seems like not the entire team of Kittens was just there to be able to hold that. I guess too many of them were just focused on getting clams. They were able to get lead there, but they gave up a lot of space. However, vectorQry seems to be going a little bit too aggressive here and go 3 down, unfortunately, and Kittens might be able to hold mid after that dead push.
vectorQry just got a little bit too cocky with that push and then took some solo plays, which caused them to go down. Hopefully they can try and retake soon enough before Kittens decide to make another clam and go in with a possible another stamp soon.
Yes, Kittens has a lot of clams ready. They do make a ball, but 1 go down on both sides, 2 go down on the side of Kittens, and they were just too slow. They couldn't get enough resources in time to start that push, and they're now just staggered, and 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃 turned the tables and are now able to take mid. Who knows what kind of push they can get going at this point.
Yep. Seems like they might, it seems like Kittens has a stamp that they just used. Hopefully they can get a few picks with it. And 3 go down on the side of vectorQry, and it's only 1 left with being the charger. Getting a good pick. They try and seem like they will try and go for a retake as soon as they can, with the scoring being pretty diverse right now. Seeing if vectorQry can get a last minute push.
I think 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃 was just too split there. 2 went left all the way deep into their plat, and then unfortunately went down, and then the pencil, instead of just taking space and pinning before them, they opted to jump in and score that 1 ball and just weren't able to hold that push, especially against that ultra stamp that came out from the side of Kittens.
Yep, and it seems like Kittens did make that clam. Ooh, and they did get 2 power clams in from that push. Unfortunately, I don't know if vectorQry will be able to push back in time. Seems like they're trying to rush and try and get that retake, which seems to go in their favor. If they go 3 down on the side of Kittens, only the Zap left trying to back up. We'll see if they can make a last-second push.
Yes, 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃 does have this pity clam from the score from Kittens, and they will have an opportunity to push here. 2 go down on the side of Kittens, and 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃 might be able to have a last saving push here. They pop the 𝓀𝒾 and are unable to get a kill, and that's a wipe on the side of 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃. Kittens able to hold that, and will be taking game 3.
Unfortunate. Seemed like that 𝓀𝒾 was just a little bit of a panic 𝓀𝒾. They probably could have gotten more picks if they just backed up a little bit more if they used it. But unfortunate. It was a good game.
Well, yep, I mean, that was just hard there at the end. 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃 was already down a lot of points from Kittens, great push, and then the bubble came out just a tad bit too early, and then was shredded very quickly, and then that 𝓀𝒾𝓉 just wasn't in time to really have the pressure that it should have gotten earlier, and Kittens was just able to defend their stagger VQ vectorQry and eventually wiped them. VQ vectorQry. I made a mistake once again. I'm very sorry.
That's the thing about low-level comp players. Oftentimes, they probably won't know how to make a good push, but with time, I bet they can learn how to do that. It just takes time and practice. They got this.
Hey, that's why they're here at Tristrike Tuesdays to try to improve, and we will be moving on to round 3 of groups here. Hoping for maybe a break, but if not, I guess I could speak for a little bit. I mean, who knows? I just realized that Kitten's team picture happens to be something that you might be aware of if you've joined our Discord server. Well, anyway, set aside that random fact there, we will be going on break now, so we'll see you for round 3 soon. See ya.
Here we go. We have Ocean Pacific Peace versus Coral Convergence. We have 52 shot edit and a carbon roller going on the side of Ocean Pacific, and then we have 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓉𝓃𝓈, Zap, Wellstring, and Shot. Seems like Shot's gonna go.
Yep. These names are so long, I'm just gonna have to call you guys Coral and Ocean, alright? I can simplify that way. But yes, Wellstring is a very cool weapon to see here, applying a lot of AoE pressure there. And then on this map, we can hit over all the ledges, so I really do like this pick. We'll see what happens.
Yep, it seems like there was an early 𝓀𝒾𝓉 that had, sadly, 0 picks from what I saw. Coral's just going to try and go for it, but unfortunately they're unable to do anything. Seems like the Wellstring's going to try and apply pressure and get that pop to try and get that push.
Yes, Ocean doing a great job just holding space here. The Wellstring does get a pick there, and that's 2 down on the side of Coral. Unfortunately unable to hold there.
Seems like they're trying to hold mid, but it seems like they have a little bit lack of paint even with the Wellspring on their side, for the side of Coral. Another 𝓀𝒾𝓉 going on. They're gonna go for the flank side of the check, and they get it. That's pretty good.
Yes, getting that check is very important. It's a good barrier to start a maybe push later on. Will Coral Convergence be able to recover this? And they do 2 go down on the side of Ocean, and this could be a good push to tie it up with Ocean if Coral Convergence plays it correctly.
Unfortunately, the Rainmaker goes down. It seems like they go for a cool, and they might get this pop to try and get checked.
This head is trying to get pop alongside the carbon roller, and they do get popped, and they do end up getting this checkpoint here. Unfortunately, go down though. Ocean might have a chance to defend against this and retain their lead that they've earned.
Indeed. Seems like they're trying to hold bunker and just try and hold mid from the side of Coral. I don't think they're there anymore, so they're going to try and retake from the side of Ocean. Unfortunately, that carbon is sharking, able to get a pick off of the S-Blast.
Yes, that's a great pick just to stall there, and 2 go down on the side of Coral Convergence once again, and Ocean's just going to have a good opportunity to contest mid, but the Headit is doing a great job giving jumps into mid. Unfortunately, they go 3 down once again, and this is going to be a good push from the side of Ocean, if not for that carbon there. Wow, what a shark.
Another 𝓀𝒾𝓉 goes out. Unfortunately, unable to get any picks. Seems like, nice pick from the roller. They're just trying to watch, I guess they're just trying to watch the Rainmaker before it resets. Seems like this carbon's trying to be a little distraction before, so the rest of the team can push up.
Yes, Ocean seems to be giving a lot of free space to Coral here. This roller has a great position on the left side to, bring pressure over this ledge. They're able to peek there as a roller, and they are now moving into the street, and Ocean just gets too greedy with the jumps. They're trying to go too fast, and Coral Convergence will get a good push going here. And they do get the lead all the way down to 25 points remaining.
Seems like Ocean's going to go for this pop. Unfortunately, still being a little bit staggered with all the constant pushes from the side of Coral. Fortunately, 3 going down. They're going to try and go for retake.
Yes, Coral Convergence just played out too long, but I believe it's okay. They have already a decent lead over Ocean. Ocean here trying to contest mid. The 52 is already out here, but they pop a Booyah Bomb, and they're going to try to move in here.
Unfortunately, they don't get that push. Washington's just trying to hold with paint and mid, trying to go for picks and just trying to space them out with, especially with that annoying AoE from the wall string, managing to get 1 pick, and they're going to grab a Rainmaker and try and get another push here.
Yep, they will be getting a push here. 2 go down on the side of Coral Convergence. This is looking very dangerous for Coral Convergence. They just have to regroup here if they want to try to hold this push. But no, they go down once again, and Ocean Pacific Peace has a great opportunity to get back the lead that they earned in the beginning of the match.
Yep, unfortunately this Rainmaker was alone and managed to get picked off. Now 2s on the side of Ocean are down, having a long respawn time. Unfortunately, probably going to make it able to get a retake, but unfortunately the head, it goes down, and there goes another 𝓀𝒾𝓉. A lot going on right now.
2 go down on the side of Ocean Pacific Peace. Is Coral Convergence able to stall this Rainmaker bubble out here? And it looks like they do, and that's game 1 to Coral Convergence.
Interesting match indeed, especially from the side of the well string. I think they kind of just like tried and go for a pop. Didn't get many picks though, unfortunately. Probably got a whole bunch of assists though.
Assists indeed. I mean, that weapon is just an insane assist for him, but I mean, no offense to the weapon, that's just a testament to its insane AoE and pressure with its decent range, and just, I mean, shooting 5 explosive shots is a lot for one weapon, but they're unfortunately unable to apply the pressure alongside their team that's needed to continue that push to be able to get back the lead that Coral Convergence was able to attain.
Indeed. And next up we have Clam's Crab Leg. Hopefully we'll see something like a pencil or something to hold pressure, since I know pencil works really great on this map mode.
I am not hopeful to see pencil. I do not like that weapon. As a backline main, I don't want to have to play that weapon. But, I mean...
We'll see. Start the next game. We'll see how much the comps change, if they even change at all.
Yep. I can't think of anything to say except yep. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
And about that last match, I think the Carbon had some great saving plays there just to stall the push from Ocean Pacific Peace, with some good sharks there to, get the Rainmaker down and just stall enough time for the rest of Coral Convergence to regather and contest that push from Ocean Pacific Peace.
Oftentimes, Pop was in the favor with the well string because of that massive AoE and object damage that it has. Unfortunately, it's just unfortunate that they weren't able to hold most of those pushes. Seems like they kind of staggered just a little bit with how they tried to retake.
Yeah. Well, Clam Blitz on Crab Leg Capital. This is a very wide open map. We might be seeing a lot more 𝓀𝒾𝓉s on this map. We might see Crab Tank, which is a very powerful special, or Ink Strikes, and like you mentioned earlier, potentially and very likely a pencil coming out on this map.
If not a pencil, maybe we might just see an E-leader. Not many people bring those out, but it's a little bit funny when I see E-leaders on Crab.
Who knows? Again, I would like to mention that Manta Maria is a very small and sort of like a map with a lot of corridors, which doesn't benefit pencil very well, which may have been the reason we saw a Headed and Wellstring instead of a pencil there.
And with that said, we are going to match 2 with the pencil being brought out in a change to Range Blaster. Unfortunate that only one weapon changed on the side of Ocean, with Wellstring being changed to Hydra now.
An interesting pick there, the Hydra Splatling. They do keep the Zap there, and they keep the S-Pass there. And this is just going to be a stalemate in mid to see who can get the most resources first to be able to contest and move the enemy team out.
Yep, Coral went for an early push, but has having a little bit of struggles trying to hold it. As his 52 goes and gets a little bit of picks, manages to get one, and goes on to grades, maybe trying to get this Hydra.
This Hydra's in desperation of their life, just running back. This 52 jumps out. They do get a pick with the 𝓀𝒾𝓉 on the shot there, and Convergence has another opportunity to potentially make a push here, but Ocean Pacific Peace seems to have regathered decently quickly to defend against this Convergence team.
In fact, they have. It seems like this one person's alone on their side, and they pop out of Kraken trying to get any picks they can. Kraken manages to get one pick off of the S-Blast, and unfortunately goes down shortly after.
Yes, this is just a lot of staggering going on. However, I spoke too soon. 3 go down on the side of Ocean Pacific Peace, and Convergence just gonna have to hold this pressure on this plat here to try to score a clam, which unfortunately goes down there, and Ocean Pacific Peace save themselves once again and are able to contest mid and keep the stalemate going. What a stally match.
Indeed. Seems like they're going to at least drag her a little bit. This 52 goes in alone and unfortunately goes down to the S-Blast. Seems like their cooler's out. It's a little
bit faster. Oh, they got 2 picks, able to stall them more, and Convergence is still holding on, but go 2 down. Is it finally time to see a push from the side of Ocean Pacific Peace? Who knows? They're trying to make a power clam here. Yeah.
Unfortunately, having a little bit of struggle is trying to share clams a little bit. They managed to make one. Unfortunately, go down to the Pencil, and Pencil goes dead. And they managed to get that score. Just trying to hold that push, and they unfortunately get wiped out.
Once again, they did get this Pencil down, so we might not be seeing a cooler soon. And Convergence over aggressive here, feeding, and 3 go down, and Ocean Pacific Peace has another opportunity to extend this lead that they've created if they're able to take space on the plat and just apply pressure here.
Hydra trying to repaint mid for their team to move around, but the Killer Web's just trying to be focused on them. They get pushed down and die. Unfortunate. And now they're probably just trying and retake as much as they can. Another 𝓀𝒾𝓉 goes out, and there's another wipeout.
Wow. And that's another pick from the 𝓀𝒾𝓉. I like this, little duo here between the shot and the 52. They're able to hold space together on the plat and actually get picks here. And if they can get some clams in, they might be able to get a sizable lead here. That 52 is doing a good job, and it does have that wall to support itself. It's just really just a turret there that's annoying for the enemy team to get rid of. Once again, why it's one of the most hated weapons in the game, at least for me.
Yeah, unfortunately, they make that push, but they don't manage to try and hold with getting multiple clams. They seem to accidentally grab Pity. Maybe might be able to save that. They have 2 specials on the side of Ocean. They might try and use that sometime soon. If not, then who knows. One goes down on the side of Coral, being the shot back fast from the cooler. Unfortunately, I've seen very slow coolers from the side of the Zap on Ocean.
Yes, this Hydra Splatling, maybe you haven't noticed, but it's just slowing down their pushes a lot. I mean, that weapon has a very long charge time and just doesn't move very fast unless stacked with a bunch of run speed, and still yet just can't really get the pressure in time for this Convergence that's playing very aggressive here. Though they do have an opportunity, they seem to have the entirety of mid to themselves. If they can just get specials to try to score these 2 power clams that they do possess at the moment.
Yep, they go for a B-up for an entry special, but unfortunately, one goes down on the side of Coral and one goes down on the side of Ocean. They're going to try and make that push, and unfortunately they're staggering just a little bit too hard. With 20 seconds left on the board, they might try and go for an early push. Try a little bit staggered. They might not get this. One of their power plants go down.
I mean, Ocean Pacific Peace has this Hydra just holding on for dear life and holding on to that power clam that they do have to potentially get another push going. The screen comes out, and they are able to get a pick on the Gal here. One go down on both sides, but wait, that is a shot that I see on the bottom left, getting 2 picks on the side of Ocean Pacific Peace, and the Hydra is the last one up here trying to get something done, and unfortunately they do not. Call Convergence with another win, which is 2-0 in this set.
That was unfortunate. You saw that Kraken just camping that power clam. Unfortunate. If they were trying to go for that push, they sadly would have just died.
Yes,
Role
Kraken. Just a great stall special there, just to hold space, and that thing is invincible. You cannot kill it, and you can barely even get rid of it. It is very annoying to deal with. And yeah, that's just... It's really hard playing with a Hydra. I mean, you're just very slow there, versus, you know, just a pencil which has just like not as much of a charge time, which it can move a lot faster than, and also has a lot more paint output than the Hydra Spotling. So, I mean, unfortunate comp there.
Unfortunately, that Hydra was like mainly rushed down by the shot in the 52 that whole game. Unfortunately, not being able to try and help their team. Fortunately, the zap on that team too was like getting a little bit of coolers, but like not enough. Seems like they were struggling, but unfortunate. Next, we have Zone's Humpback. Hopefully, we'll see something cool out of this.
Well, I do see in the chat here, Marcus, our org head producer and graphic designer, seems to be very fond of this next map mode, Humpback Zones. What are your thoughts, Scarf?
Personally, I think I really don't like Humpback Zones when someone pulls out a Dynamo Roller, because Dynamo Roller can take the zone and has pretty good pushes. But I don't know if we'll see a Dynamo come out today on Humpback.
I mean, some things to say about this map. If you're a Splatoon 2 veteran, then you know what this map is like, especially with Jet Sculpture from Splatoon 2, which does not exist in this game with that Stingray and those missiles, but it still retains that stally playstyle that is very favored on this map. So this might favor Ocean Pacific's slow playstyle more, but who knows? We'll see what happens next.
We will see. Unfortunately, what you said, I have no clue about Splatoon 2. I only got Splatoon 3, and then I recently got Splatoon 2 just for the fun of it, even though it's dead. And here we go, starting off with the third game of the set. Pencil shot, same comp from Coral. Just one change, going from Hydra to Explo. We have a flex player on this side.
I do like to see that Explo, and as an Explo player myself, and also a Hydra player, I do like to play Explo on this map. Just the core draws on this map really do favor those AoE sloshers, blasters, and rollers, and Explo can do that very well and provide a lot of paint pressure. 2 go down, 3 go down on the side of Coral Clash. Or Convergence, I can't speak.
Unfortunate start. They probably might get locked out a little bit early trying to get back, and then just struggling because they have their drops all covered by all sides. 𝓀𝒾𝓉 unfortunately going out and getting no picks, and then going down a few seconds after. Whale goes out trying to push them back for a push. And then another 𝓀𝒾𝓉 comes out. 2 go down on the side of Ocean. 1 goes down on the side of Coral. Ooh, 2-2.
I mean, it's very hard to push with this shot and pencil here. I mean, pencil, as you know, is a backline. Shot is more of a support gun and cannot fight nearly as well as something like your 52 gal or your carbon roller here. And 2 go down, and that's just the shot and the carbon roller remaining. 3 go down, and this seems to have been a dominant game from the side of Ocean Pacific Peace, able to make that comeback on game 3 and just thwarting Coral Convergence's plans to get a 3-0 in this set.
Yep, unfortunate. It's just this map has so many favors for AoE weapons, as I've experienced myself. That was a good play from both, but unfortunate.
Yes, I mean, I love to see that Explo, love to see that S-Blast utilizing the map to try to do the best that they can, which is providing AoE and paint that Explo provides. And that's just a great comp for that map, and glad to see that they're utilizing it very well.
Indeed. Seems like they were able to finally try and get at least one win on their side from using their weapons to their advantage for once.
Well, that wraps up this round 3 of the group stage of Tristrike Tuesdays number 10. We will see you with new commentators. That is it from me, and that's it from you, Garth. So we'll see you not later, maybe. Who knows? I'm just a substitute commentator. Maybe explains why I can't speak very well, but oh well. I do my best.
You did a great job.
Thank you, Garth. Anyway, we'll see you later in the bracket stage of Tristrike Tuesdays number 10, all modes. See you.
See you.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here at Tristrike Tuesdays here, going into the bracket here. We're going to be in gold bracket. How are you doing? I'm Froppy. I'm here with Big here.
Hello, everyone. I'm Big. And we're going to be going into our first match of gold bracket here.
Oh, immediately off the bat.
I didn't get a chance to see the map modes, but it seems like we have hagglefish with clams.
Clam Blitz, Hagglefish. It's going to be Jelly Squids versus Hibiscus. And I do see some names I immediately notice off the bat. I do know Frosty, and I have seen Mark play before, so some familiar players from the scene. Dynamo here coming on the left, the Zap trying to support them. Grab 𝓀𝓾𝓉𝓯𝓃, and have it up.
We have Bubble in the middle here, with Hibiscus trying to push up, but Jelly Squids holding their ground with no picks from either side. Just yet, Trump coming out deep middle. Hibiscus trying to get a push here with the ends up pushing back, almost getting blown up by a bomb. But we're actually trying to find one pick, but 𝓀𝓾𝓉 doesn't get the chance to come out, getting picked off by the junior.
Junior here is trying to definitely keep their control of the map. They have a bubble back up again already. Within a minute, they have 2 bubbles on this map. Definitely showing their presence on this map. They're not going to quite use it yet, it seems. They're probably saving it for a moment when their team is ready. They are both 3-3 at the moment. And you have to keep in mind that Jelly Squids is not running 𝓀𝓾𝓉 in this comp. They're running 𝓀𝓾𝓉 at the moment. So they want to wait for that time where they can guarantee a kills off of it. And you can see they do here. They get 1. They do trade off of it, though, sadly. But they do force the player out, and that's a good opening for them to start pushing up. They have that Kraken there as well. They force the team out once they start getting this push going.
As we see Kraken coming out, trying to get many picks, but Jelly Squids going 3 down with a ball and a couple of clams going into the basket. But with Hibiscus holding off their push with the Kraken, we see with almost 2 balls here on Hibiscus, they're gonna have to make a push here, especially having a splashdown ready. It could make a play. Splashdown coming out at middle, getting 1 pick, but 2 down goal on the side of Hibiscus.
Yep, we do see early coming out of the junior of Jelly Squids here. They do have the bubble up once again, and it didn't seem like Jelly Squids did quite what they want with that initial retake. It doesn't quite work out the way they want, but they do maintain the field despite the team having 𝓀𝓾𝓉. You see Nautilus here definitely going to go for that pick and get that trade-off. Not quite what they wanted out of that, but it does kind of give them some map presence there. You can see that it's allowing the Hibiscus teammates to go a little bit more forward. Frosty looking for that pick, they do get it on Mark, denying their spot lane from having the presence in Kraken on defense either. Zap here going to top the mess.
Yeah, as we were saying earlier, Jelly Squids running 𝓀𝓾𝓉 here with going against 𝓀𝓾𝓉 on Hibiscus. Splashdown coming out on below stairs. Jelly Squids are trying to prevent their push, not letting them get the lead, but Hibiscus gets it anyways, denying their defense. But as we see 1 down on Hibiscus, Jelly Squid is going to have to make another push here. Tristrike's coming out at middle, getting no pick sadly, but as we see Hibiscus is defending well, bubbler coming out from Junior. Junior pushing fast, and they do get the bubble, taking the lead.
Yeah, that is definitely a lead. Not really the lead they probably want right now. They do have that extra power clamp in the back under the basket, and probably they're trying to look either for a jump to it, first player down probably, and they're probably trying to stall out for as long as they can. Mark there definitely getting that Kraken kill on the right side is going to do them a lot of good, but they're going to get picked out immediately by that Explo and the Zap. Again, they're losing players here on the side of Jelly Squids, not quite finding what they wanted to in terms of the sustain the push. They do maintain the lead there. But again, now we have Hibiscus coming in here with a cooler, immediately going to take his presence and hopefully grab some map control and deny the Jelly Squids any more map. You do see the power clan here on the Zap though, and they're definitely going to try to use that to their advantage here. They do have other clams. They do have enough to take lead, maybe just barely here with the clam economy they have. They do need to get some before they can do anything else. Chumps coming out. Explo definitely getting a follow-up, but they're trading with the Dynamo. And not quite what they're looking for. Zap is gonna get downed by the brush. They do get the power clam in jump though, so that is gonna give them the lead at the moment, which does mean that Hibiscus is gonna come back with a pity clam and have an opportunity to score. Or sorry, Jelly Squids will have the opportunity to come back with pity clam and score.
Yeah, with 5 seconds left in the match here, Jelly Squids do have 2 power clams and it's going to go into overtime. Lowering it down, it's going to have to make... Jelly Squids are going to have to make a really good push here to take the lead. They're only down by only 10. 11? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 11. And power climb coming in, but overtime is going to end and Hibiscus is going to take the first game.
Yep, very interesting first match. It was very back and forth. Not a lot of big scoring moments, a bunch of small scoring moments that added up. But that jump power climb definitely changed the ending of that game there. If they had stopped that player sooner, they would have been able to maintain their lead. So definitely good plays from both teams on both ends. I'm definitely interested to see what these players will pick, if they will maintain their coolerless motion or if they will bring it out. Or if the other team will counteract with more cooler, or maybe they'll trade and maybe one will go coolerless and the other one won't. Our next mode being Splat Zone's Marlin Airport. You know, a good old time, I'm sure, for a lot of players.
Yeah, Marlin Airport is an amazing time for a lot of players, but sometimes it can be difficult. I myself love Marlin Airport. It's a great map, especially for some modes like Rainmaker Zones and Tower Control, not so much for Clam Blitz, because of like difficult positioning and, you know, things. Can't English right now.
I totally understand. I definitely think that Zones is definitely going to favor that Explo player a lot here. I'm sure you could see Splatlings or Heavies being useful here as well. Maybe even E-Leader would be great here. But I do see that Explo being definitely a presence and a menace on top of it. So I would love to see how they come up with a comp that would work around that, if they continue to keep with that player, or if they'll swap to something that will focus a little more on maybe special coordination or maybe individual play, right? So we'll have to see that.
Yeah, on Marlin Airport, you know, it's great for a lot of ranged weapons. As you know, there's a lot of high ledges and a lot of great places for chargers, but let's go ahead and get into the second match of Gold Bracket Round 1. And
For
you know,
sure.
I'm not seeing much change. I'm thinking we're seeing a Splatling change on Jelly Squids.
That was about
and,
it.
no change from Hibiscus here.
I think the brush did swap from the other brush to the vanilla one, if I remember correctly, but don't quote me on that.
Don't even know. Wasn't paying attention to the brush.
It's all good. I do immediately we see strikes out going immediately. The zone is still pretty much neutral for this first opening. Both teams just trying to take the fights they can. Explo has splashdown, so they have something in defensive pocket here in terms of Hibiscus, but not quite maintaining the zone the way they probably wanted to. Brush uses Zipcaster, goes down, Zap here on the left of the zone, maintaining the cap a bit. I guess retaking technically. They do have Cooler here, so probably going to throw it here in a second on that zone, or on the left there at least.
Predicted it.
And maybe they're going to play off of it, we'll see in a second here.
Yeah, it's very unpredictable mode.
Ooh, the brush
Yeah,
definitely
very
making some plays on this map for sure.
It's very unpredictable in the first half of the match. Around like a minute 30 in the match, it's unpredictable to see who will get the zone first and who will get it next. As we see here, Hibiscus is just holding it so far. They're just holding 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓯𝓃 back on their foot and on their back feet. But as we see ink_squasher going down to a splat bomb, they did not see strikes coming out on the left side of the zone. But Hibiscus getting pushed back by 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃𝓃 as they take the zone, trying to regain the lead. Oh, the Dynamo getting 2 pigs coming out in the zone here. With Hibiscus taking it back again. With
Hibiscus
no
definitely-
repercussions.
Yeah, definitely like they're fortifying their push. That Dynamo as a weapon is really, really good at outputting paint. I know Chump's Dynamo isn't really like the most favorite thing all the time. A lot of people prefer the cooler. But when you get a good Chump Dynamo player, the weapon paint output is insane. That's more than 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃𝓃, and 𝓀𝒾𝓃𝓃 can do a lot. So definitely I'm definitely looking forward to see more of how that player is going to be playing this map. Zipcaster coming out here from I think a 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃𝓃 player at least. They are going to go down to that the lethal strikes there. You see Hibiscus here. They're trying to play. Looks like very defensively almost. I don't feel like they're getting the value out of the cooler they quite want here. Like you can see Arwen on the left there, just not quite taking it and not using it to their advantage. I mean, you get movement from it, you should use it, right?
Yeah, you know, it's the thing to help you. Cooler is meant to speed you up, make you more versatile in battle. Cooler is amazing. It has so many good perks. It can. Oh, wow, that was Zipcaster getting instantly taken out by that splashdown. But yeah, that cooler is meant for speed, and it helps, especially with having like half your special ready and dying with the cooler. It's amazing to keep your special after dying with cooler ability on. But as we see 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃𝓃 taking the zone, having to take the lead again, it might look. This might be a close match here. Bubbler coming out from the junior. It's 17, 15, 13 left. We're down to singular digits, it looks like. 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃𝓃 is going to take this match here. It's a wipeout, and that is a complete knockout from 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃𝓃𝓃.
Yeah, it does seem like there was a disconnect, but it happened to be past the 2-minute-and-a-half mark, as well as past the 50-point marker on the zone. So that does mean that they will not be able to replay that match. But yeah, they don't get their replay, so that is gonna be a W, and the set is gonna be 1-1 going into round 3 on Rainmaker Undertow Spillway. How do you feel about Rainmaker Undertow Spillway?
Just in my opinion, no. Just a not kind of fun thing to do. Rainmaker and Undertow is one of my worst nightmares, and I dream about it every night, and it scares me.
I can guarantee you that is definitely a map and mode where, like, when the game came out, I felt amazing at it, and then as the game has gone like on further, I can promise you I have a losing win rate on Rainmaker Undertow, which is a shame because I really like the map, but it's just that map is really, really a demonstration of team coordination. And if you can get a player who can flank really, really well, and in this case, I think that Octobrush is going to be doing that, you can almost guarantee that the opponents will have nothing to defend with because that, like, you just surprise people with flanks and, like you just obliterate teams for the most part. I find that like, the weapons I play on it just do not work. So,
in my opinion, no weapon works on this map because it's just so unpredictable. Because once one of the teams gets a good push, it's pretty much unbeatable. Because we all know what happens on Undertow. It's not fun. It's not fun to play on. It's not fun to see. But you know, sometimes you see some stalemate matches. But let's go ahead and get into the final match of Gold Bracket here. We're seeing a switch from T-Tech to regular splatter shot for that Tristrike here. I'm also seeing a third Splatling change here onto the, I call it the sparkly Splatman. But, no change at all from, Hibiscus here. They seems like their cooler route, Cooler Dynamo, Nautilus, and NSAP method has gone well for them, so they're gonna keep it.
No, for sure. Immediately, 2 are going down the side of Hibiscus. They do get that zap and trade offer, but it's not quite worth it. They just don't have the positioning, and they're both left, so the team is immediately going to go right. That's not really what they want. They do not get that checkpoint, however, and it does look like that Jelly Squids are going to try to get some positions back here while they have to now defend the middle of the map.
Yeah, the middle of the map is more of on the important side of Undertow Spillway, because if you don't have control of that, you don't have control of the game, which you can never have, because that's physically impossible. But you know what I mean. You can understand.
No, I totally get it. Yeah.
With Hibiscus grabbing the Rainmaker. Oh, 3 picks from the Tristrike. Almost a wipeout, but
Yeah.
the Dynamo does get a triple. With the chumps coming out, and it's a wipe from Hibiscus. This is going to be an amazing advantage for them. As I think they're going to take the first podium going on the left side. And Brush coming from behind. It doesn't, wait, they might not get, nope, they do. No, they don't. Wow, the Brush with the flank was fast enough to get the kill and drop him, getting 3 picks on Hibiscus, and seems like they're gonna try and come back from that. Oh, a Zipcaster coming out off the side of Jelly Squids. Doesn't look like it's gonna get anything, getting killed by the Nautilus. I thought it got to the Dynamo for a second though. But with Cooler out here, it's gonna be interesting. But Rainmaker goes down from Nautilus, and it's gonna be interesting to see how either team can do stuff. I can't English right now, so.
You're good. No, definitely. I do think that there's this pressure that's going to be exerted from these weapons here. The Zuka immediately just again is creating such a dominance for the team of Jelly Squids. Neither team really has a good position. They're going to run it to the Rainmaker's pedestal. Hopefully they get checked here. If they do, it'd be really big. The Chumps are going to kind of deny that. The Kraken is ahead. They're probably going to push out these players, but it's not going behind it. And once again, we see that the presence of Hibiscus is just like not. Neither team is just really letting the checkpoint happen no matter what. For the side of Jelly Squids, it's the Brush. They're not allowing anything to go by. For Hibiscus, it's kind of this Dynamo and this Not comp. They kind of just like mid-range, this short-range comp out of the way, essentially.
Yeah, it looks like this match might come down to overtime, because it looks like neither team is letting the podium steal happen. Yeah, it looks like neither team's letting the podiums happen. It's just a back and forth. Take the Rainmaker and die. Take the Rainmaker and die. Chumps coming out there, pushing it into their base. It's probably not going to get anything, but Dynamo is going off with these picks right now.
Yep,
they might get the podium here, but the Brush is just pushing hard on them. It looks like they're not going to get it because the Rainmaker time is running out. But they do push it as close as they can to the podium.
I mean, 62 is at this point, it's still a lead for them, but it's probably not what they want. They probably want something way more secure, and I would think the same way. You see Zuka here; it is ready. It's not probably going to be popped for a few seconds here. They get a pick on top of it too. If they pop it here, they might have a huge advantage. Are they waiting for a chance? I don't see what's happening. I'm surprised they haven't popped anything yet. Rainmaker's now pinned in this corner, and they're down teammates, and now they're down. Oh, they did reset it at the very least. But that just gives a chance for Hibiscus to make another push. This Brush here looking for position to lurk, try to get that pick on that Dynamo, or something to exert a lot of presence on this map. You see Dynamo pushing up here. Suction Bombs are going to be forcing these players into awkward positions. The Zipcaster is going to try to abuse that and doesn't quite get anything out of it, and the Zuka comes out. Doesn't really get what it wants either. Kind of awkward for both teams. They're losing players and not really getting the Rainmaker in any position they want. Rainmaker is going to go down.
It was a very confusing play. Oh, Hibiscus gets the podium after almost literally the entire match. It will come down to overtime though, as Jelly Squids has the Rainmaker, and they could make a good push here, but they're 2 down. and it's in overtime, and they don't have a lot, and it's only the Rainmaker left. It seems like the Zap is gonna kill him, but no, he's just getting pushed back and back. Cooler comes out there.
But
earlier,
to get them a little faster. The suction bomb placed earlier ends off mark. No.
and that's
That'll
the
be
end
it.
of the match with Hibiscus taking round 1, game 3 of Golden Bracket. It was a very interesting match. It was just a back and forth, no podium. And I'd also like to say, very confusing to me that Jelly Squids decided to reset the Rainmaker.
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily the wrong play. I think if their players had not gone down there, I do think that was the correct play, right? I also think that it just didn't work out that way, where it's like, oh, you lost more players, and then you also set yourself respawning at the same time. So now you're down 3, and it just ended up in this really awkward moment where it's like, okay, well, it was the right play, but just not what we wanted off of it, right?
Yeah. It's just a very, very intense match, especially for Jelly Squids. But, I think they fought well. I think Hibiscus fought well, and they took it home. So, we're gonna head to a short break here. Yeah. Can't English again,
All good.
But, we'll see you soon. Hello, everyone, and we are back for semifinals of brackets, and we're instantly getting into the first match for Be Happy and Wandards.
It's
And
Wonderlands
X Showtime. I'm just gonna call them Showtime because I don't want to say their name. But we're in tower control for the first match on Museum. So I love Museum. It's amazing. It's great for every mode, in my opinion.
We definitely have some interesting comps here, and I'm very excited to see how these matches turn out. Yeah, see Bluey's here, Crab immediately going for this with the roll. We got Blaster and Gal together, which is definitely an interesting combo. Not to mention they have a roller with them, so it's like 1 shooter and 3 non-shooters. Very interesting there. But immediately you see Wonderlands at Showtime is definitely trying to make some plays here, trying to get up past this second checkpoint. They're going to be contesting by some players, but they do immediately eliminate them. This roller is making a play though. He's jumping out immediately though. Not taking any more risks, keeping himself alive and keeping his special alive.
Yeah, it's very important to stay alive during tournaments because it's good to stay alive for your teammates and just yourself. It can give you a serious advantage throughout the entire game, just staying alive in general, and just staying alive.
Yeah, there's a famous quote by a Melee player. It's "Don't get hit," and it's on T-shirts for reference. And it's just genuinely sometimes the strat is to just be alive longer and outplay your opponents, right? If you're not taking damage and you're not receiving damage, you're still in the game, right? And so you can definitely do that here. And Orange team currently, Be Happy is definitely not staying alive. They're taking a lot of damage here, and it is costing them their positions.
Yeah, Be Happy's being, I think, too aggressive here, just dying to like small things like bombs and specials, which can be easily avoided. Especially like how you can't really die to most specials, as some of them are really small, like Wave Breaker, Tristrike, and Bleed Up Bomb. Those are easily avoided. But yeah, on the side of Be Happy, they're trying their hardest to get those kills, but they can't because they're the ones dying.
Yep, it definitely feels like quite a stalemate right now. I definitely feel like the cooler value from both teams hasn't been what it could be, but that doesn't mean that they're not using it wrong, right? And it just depends on the use case and where, right? I mean, like, even if you look like these the dualies were different, just I don't want to say out of position, but they're going for a very deep flank, which might be their role, but at the same time, it's kind of like your teammates kind of need to do at that moment, right? So how do you decide what to do? At this point, Be Happy is definitely pushing back. They're not quite getting what they want out of it. They're getting close. It just happens to be that Wonderlands and Showtime are just having really good defensive positions. They're taking the high ground. They're getting their specials ready for what they need. And once again, they have Crab Tank and Strikes ready here for this checkpoint. They're not going to allow Be Happy to have it. So Roller is going to get that. Not quite. He's not get the he wanted, but I think he got a trade-off of it at the very least. And now we do see it once again. Be Happy is pushing up. We looks like the players of Wonderlands had dropped and just didn't allow it to happen.
Yeah, it seems like Wonderlands and Showtime is just... They're just holding Be Happy back, because it's just... They're being more strategy-based, and Be Happy is being more aggressively based. Would that crab just try to commit roll? He just tried to roll him over.
Yep.
And yeah, that roller just got 2 picks there with a Kraken chasing him down. Going to the tower. Bubbler coming out from the roller. Tristrike's going to the bubble. Bucket dying to the roll. 3 down on Wonderlands. But the Headit, which, you know, I haven't seen a Headit the last few matches we had earlier. I didn't see a singular Headit, but finally we do. You know? I missed it.
Yeah, we did that. We definitely have seen the V-splatling some of it now. Where I think these players do get out of the tower. It did happen to be that Be Happy did happen to get the lead there during that check. Not quite what Wonderland wanted. They definitely wanted to hold that position, but they just lost their strikes, and they had to use them early to defend from the roller. It just did not work out. So definitely being punished for not paying attention to the roller and calling it out, essentially. Definitely feels like that was. We do see, once again, Be Happy here, trying to play for these neutral positions. They only have their pencil and their roller up, not really what you want for paint, so it is going to give Wonderlands a chance to push here. And Wee Woo is definitely going to be abusing the fact that they can just be a splatling on a tower, as all splatlings do.
This is going to be an insane overtime, but never mind, I guess not. But I guess Be Happy takes the first match with a 4-point lead.
Yeah.
But no, 2
player,
no, wait, no, yeah,
4-point lead. The player, I think, dropped from the grates and landed on the tower while the Headit had fallen off, getting the kill that they needed. Very unfortunate for them, but definitely works out in the favor of Be Happy, and so that was definitely a good play on their part to stop that tower like the way they did.
Yeah,
next up we have Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker. That is going to be joyous fun.
I love me some Humpback Pump Track. Because, you know, I used to love skateboarding. Skateboarding was always fun for me when I was younger. But on Rainmaker here, I don't play a lot of Humpback Trumpback Rainmaker because the modes are never like that. They're always usually zones or clamblets.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Humpback Rainmaker is probably one of my favorites. I definitely think that for the dualies, I think it's going to set them at a huge advantage because you have that Crab Tank, and that thing is really powerful at popping the Rainmaker. Especially like if you let your teammates push in on the right and you're in mid still, you can pop that from afar, and then you have pop control from the middle of the map. You can definitely make some plays off that special right there. So I'm definitely excited to see what will happen off that.
I'm disappointed today, ladies and gentlemen. The Robo Ramen Jellyfish is not here today. The Robo Ramen Jellyfish, guys, it's gone. Where is it?
I am
Where'd it
unsure.
go? I miss it. But yeah, Humpback Trumpback. I keep saying Humpback Bump Track. Why? Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker is definitely going to be an interesting game. I wonder if we're going to see any comp changes, but as we go into Game 2 of Gold Bracket Semifinals, we don't see a change in the first... We don't see any changes. Wait. No, we didn't.
Nope, not quite.
Nope, not at all.
Maybe
Still
maybe
stand.
you can see. I don't know if the shot changed
I
from.
think
No, he was probably
the splatter shot got changed out. I think the
Yeah,
splatter
I think
shot.
it was something else before, but
I think it was either T-Tech or something with strikes.
I'm not quite sure. But immediately we see Wonderland X Showtime definitely trying to make push here. Not gonna quite get what they want out of it. Be Happy was definitely ready for that push, and they had the players in the positions to defend for it right off the bat, so setting themselves up for advantage in the long run. They are going to go down some players here, though, losing the skirmish because of 𝓀𝓾𝓉, and going to be setting themselves not quite in the spot they want to be. Strikes are going to come out here, and it does look like the Rainmaker is going to Oh, they know they grabbed it! What a great play for that player. 𝓀𝓉𝓃 here again from afar. They're trying to pressure. They're going to go down, though, immediately. These players just bombarded that player with so many bullets.
The 𝓀𝓉𝓃 got bullied. I feel bad for the 𝓀𝓉𝓃. But as we see Whale coming out here, we're seeing Be Happy trying to make a push with two down on Wonderland, but seems like Head is trying to push it, but it doesn't get what it wants with 2 down again on Wonderland. It seems like Be Happy's gonna take the first podium, but they don't. This is like what we saw in our
last set.
Grand set.
I got you. Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely these moments where like neither team could quite get the check, but I do think that Be Happy's gonna get it here, and they do break that first check, and now we do see that this 𝓀𝓃 here again can kind of come out, contest pop a little bit maybe, and maybe try to pressure these players. They are gonna go down to the blaster though. 𝓀𝓃's almost worst enemy besides Whale, and we do see that Wonderland is definitely gonna try to make a push starting here. They're gonna use that Rainmaker, create some explosions, and maybe make themselves a path in. The Dualies is going to go in and try to die for that Rainmaker if they get the pick, but not before they get to 41.
Yeah, big lead here by Be Happy, but it looks like Wonderland is going to take the Rainmaker here, but Roller is just behind them, taking 1 pick, 2 picks, and it's just a 1-2 kind of thing. Almost gets blown up by a bomb, but still gets picked off. 𝓀𝓃 coming out here from the Dualies. Trying to get some picks, does get 1. Does get 2.
Very good value off of that. Dualies definitely make some plays here. They're going to grab this pop, and they're probably going to leave it for their teammates to pick up. Almost killed the Roller too by accident. Wow.
Yeah, well, like you were saying, some of the worst enemies of 𝓀𝓃 are Whale and Blaster. But I'd also like to say Booyah Bomb is another bad thing for 𝓀𝓃. Seeing that, it just gets obliterated. I feel sad.
Oh,
but
sure.
yeah, Be Happy going back
to Booyah in this game, so I guess that's the advantage of these Dualies players. Like, they get to move really, for the most part, or at least in a way that doesn't matter.
Yeah, 𝓀𝓾𝓉 getting 1 pick here, not getting the value out of what it was made for. Getting 2 picks here, Be Happy not getting what they want here out of the lead, but seems like Wonderland and Showtime is just gonna try and play aggressive, hopefully get that wipeout for them, seeing if they can take the lead. Bubbler coming out from Roller, getting 2 picks on Headit and Dualies.
The shot here lurking with the 𝓀𝓾, trying to look like they're gonna pop it. They're not gonna hit the first one. Not gonna get any of the value they wanted out of it, so they're probably gonna go with this plank here. Try to get pressure off on this blaster without dying at the same time. Can be kind of difficult sometimes depending on how the blaster is positioned. In this case, I think the blaster has a really big advantage in terms of not allowing that shot to push up. And again, like immediately just denies the shot any ground whatsoever. See that Slosher there? Kind of the same thing, but in reverse. Slosher kind of has the advantage, and Slosher does get the kill. The pencil is going to eliminate him right away. It definitely feels like Wonderlands just needs some ground. They need some pressure that they don't have. They don't quite have a midline that can test the blaster super well. They have the Slosher, don't get me wrong. It just doesn't seem to be working out the best for them. They don't have the paint for it in the way they want. Dying with their Maker is not going to do them much good here either, which is such a shame. I was really hoping they get a bomb kill with the suction bomb. It didn't work out. They were inside the bubble, not outside of it. They are going to start throwing the specials out here. They do have a few. And their player goes down once again, though. It feels very scattered almost. They are going to get the pop.
It might. Wait, hold on. It might come down to overtime. No, it will not. And Be Happy takes game 2. That is so disappointing. That I was really hoping to see a comeback from Wonderland and Showtime, but they just couldn't get that podium there at the last few seconds, because I'm pretty sure the 52 gal denied them.
Yeah, I think that it just kind of came down to how these teams are positioning around each other versus like how these instead of just being like, oh, these players are just playing better, picking better weapons. I think it's a lot of like I'm seeing players play alone. I'm not trying to call them out per se, but I'm seeing the roller kind of doing their own thing, making hero plays, which is fine. But if you don't have anybody to follow you up, you're not going to get much value out of it. Same thing goes for the dualies. They're trying to go in and distract, and that's okay. But you have to distract and pull them into your teammates. And I'm just not seeing that coordination happening from either team here. So I think these games will really come down to who can pull like opponents into their teammates the best, right? I think that's kind of the job of the skirmisher, and so it's just not quite clicking for either team. So maybe we'll see some adjustment, either be it comp or roles from players, particularly when it comes into the third game, which is going to be Splat Zones, Robo Ramen.
Yeah, it's gonna be Splat Zones, Robo Ramen for the next match here. I'm hoping to see a little bit of comp change, because we haven't seen much. As you were saying, a skirmisher should be pulling people to their teammates to get those picks more, but I just didn't see that from Wonderland. They just didn't have the kind of comp that I wanted to see, or saw at all. They tried though. I saw a lot of good plays from them, and I saw a lot of good plays from Be Happy. I remember seeing Be Happy in another tournament, and they were crazy. They're a really good team, and we can tell from how they played in these first two matches.
Yeah, I definitely would like one of my questions kind of that comes into my head immediately is, do these weapons counteract each other in a way that's neutral, or is it kind of very head-on? And that's something I'm kind of thinking about, is like the blaster and the dualies is very advantageous, but then like the dualies kind of can outplay the roller, and same with the gals. So it's kind of this yin and yang thing, and so that was my thought process there. I just want to see what any adaptation, and nothing really does seem to have changed here. Teams are sticking with what they trust, and I think sometimes that can be a good thing too, especially in zones, which is probably everybody's most comfortable mode. What a skirmish! I'm just watching 3 different fights happen at once there.
It's what you see in Splatoon all the time. Even when you're playing yourself, you are just fighting and fighting and fighting. Splatoon is a fighting and shooter game, as we all know. It's very interesting to see that Wonderland didn't change anything about themselves, but it looks like it's working out for them, not changing. It's seeing no cooler, no nothing, like, to help them out with, like, zone control or, like, speed or, that kind of stuff. But it seems like they already took a 52 lead in the beginning here, but Be Happy taking the zone, flipping it over to themselves. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens now.
There's just a lot going on. I mean, these players are positioning very well on both teams. They're taking these pitchfork-style positions, and I definitely feel like zones is probably the best mode for both these teams. I can be proven wrong, but I definitely feel like everything here feels very cohesive from both ends, from both Be Happy and Wonderland. I definitely can feel that presence from both of them, so I'm very happy to see that in terms of quality of the gameplay here. We do see a lot of specials kind of being used here on the side of Be Happy, which probably may give Wonderland a chance to come back in here in a second. Once these players respawn with their comeback, they're probably going to have specials pretty quick. That roller is going to get that really important pick there, though, and they're going to immediately force that Splat Lane into a really awkward position. So at least that, in the meantime, will be helping. Crab is
as we were saying in the first match, Be Happy's being too aggressive and stuff, but seems like their aggression has worked out for them as they've taken the first 2 matches so far. But as Be Happy holds the lead, we have Wonderland and Showtime trying to hold the zone, take the lead again. Seems like the skirmisher's trying to push up, but he just gets absolutely smashed by 3 different people from all sides. No.
Yeah, not ideal by any means. So the only thing, definitely off of that push, something to really notice is that this, you're gonna have specials here. Whereas Orange Team just used everything. They do have Cooler back, but like 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓉 being pushed out here, I'm really hoping to get a pick off that. They do. Gal gets the 1. That is going to set them up for the zone, but they just need the paint and the players there. I just don't see it happening quite yet. So that means that at this point, 𝓀𝒃𝓃 is going to maintain the zone and probably go for a much larger lead, start taking down the real points, not just the penalty. But that being said, I'm seeing scattered use of specials, which is good. They're spacing them very well. 𝓀𝒃𝓃 here, if it can get any value, might deny any further push. They do have the paint, just not quite. Oh, they do get the zone. Nice job on Wonderland and Showtime. Definitely making their presence known. They're going to get these extra picks from the jump, too. Definitely setting themselves up here. If they did not use that many specials to get in here, if the gal is going to have whale, they're going to pop it right away. So as long as they stagger their specials right here, and they make sure they deny their opponents any space, they're going to be fine here. Gal going down there is not ideal. The Dualies do get the pick to follow it up, though, but it's just going to help them a lot here. That cooler also definitely going to set them up for success.
You know? Yeah, it looks like Wonderland and Showtime is doing really well. They're going into the double digits now. Going deep into... Just barely by... not taking the lead by 1 point. 𝓀𝒃𝓃 is just trying to hold their ground here. And it looks like they're gonna, as they're taking the zone, trying to get rid of their penalty points. Cooler coming out from the hit it with jumps, with their team jumping back in. Wonderland and Showtime is trying to retake the zone to get the lead here, but they're deep in penalty points, and it's gonna be hard for them.
Yep, you definitely just need to work on their attrition. The Heavy still does have this cooler, but the rest of the team did not quite get it. Or only a few of them did at that point, right? 𝓀𝒃𝓃 here going out, immediately going to get that pick. Headit's going to go in for the paint. They do get the zone off this. So that is a wipeout too, which means that Wonderland has a chance here. They have just enough penalty where they can crank through. They just need to make sure they're denying the specials the best they can. The Splasher is going to go out with Wavebreaker, which might cause a few issues. It won't allow them 𝓀𝒃𝓃. The Dualies is also out of the play at the moment. Not what they go into the gal. It's up to the gal alone. Will they be able to?
Ooh,
not quite.
That is
going to be 3-0 for 𝓀𝒃𝓃.
That is going to be a 3-0 semifinals going to 𝓀𝒃𝓃. That is we don't see that a lot around here. We don't see a 3-0 wipe in semifinals usually.
No,
but
you know, expect it to be a little closer. But and to be fair, that last game was very close. So I'm very curious if tides were changed, what would be the result of clams and tower control, right? I think that'd be very interesting to see. I mean, great props from both teams at the end of the day. Rainmaker was generally close for the most half of the game, and tower control, again, very, very back and forth for a long while there. So I definitely think that these teams have, like, so much room to improve, and I can see that within them. I can see them changing how they're playing in the middle of the set, so I'm very excited to see what these teams have to offer in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure Wonderland and Showtime are just, they're not feeling great after that big loss there. But, we all win some, we all lose some. That's what the game is all about. That's what life is all about. You win some, you lose some. It's hard to get, you gotta practice. You gotta get better at things. It's not always gonna come right to you. Some people are gonna tell you. Stuff's not gonna come to you very easily.
No, most likely not. All right, I think we'll be back with you in a minute as we let the other set, Hibiscus versus the Kittens, finish up.
Yep. So we'll see you in a minute after this short break. Hello, everyone, and we are back on Tristrike Tuesday Grand Finals Gold Bracket, and we are going to be waiting for our first few matches. But let's go ahead and look at the map modes for the 5 matches we have today. For our first game, we have Clam Blitz Omami. Second game, Rainmaker Manta Marie. Third game, Splat Zones Ship Shape Cargo. Tower Control Mako, and Clam Blitz Mahi Mahi.
Definitely some maps and modes here. I'm definitely interested to see Umami Clam Blitz. I definitely saw some good effort out of 𝓀𝒃𝓃 in terms of clams, and their clutch was very interesting to see. So I would like to see how they follow it up. We're getting right into it as well.
Wow. As we get into our first game here with 𝓀𝒃𝓃 and Kittens, I love the name Kittens. I love cats. But you know, I love Umami. It's a great map. I don't especially like it on zones. As you know, Umami has the split zones, one on the left and one on the right side.
Well, luckily for you, this is clams, and something very interesting with these comps I can immediately see off the bat is they're both like, very similar in different ways. Both have a blaster, both have a charger, and both have a shooter, but in this case the charger and the shooters are swapped. One's more aggressive, and one is playing support with the cooler, and the other vice versa, right? We see that scope and the zap there, right? So we have these kind of flip-flops in a way. It's very interesting to see, which I definitely feel like the Be Happy comp has way more aggression. At the same time, we do see that 𝓀𝒾𝓉𝓃𝓈, which can be a really lethal combo when working together very well. So we'll just have to see how these teams play out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see these teams play out, and I know Be Happy and Kittens are very, very good teams, as we've seen during the group stages and early group stages, and Be Happy in the early bracket stages. But yeah, as both teams with a ball, see Be Happy holding middle here with all their team members there.
Yep, they do have these really good positions right now, and very obvious they don't want to give them up. They do get that zap there, which means that Kittens will not have their cooler quite as fast as they probably want it. At the same time, they are going to lose their pencil player, but that pencil player did get their cooler off before they died, so kind of that awkward trade going off there. It does look like Kittens actually had cooler, though. I think that charger came back really quick there. The Zap trying to make this play, trying to get the follow-up on the Luna, and it's not going to quite work the way they... Well, not the Luna, sorry, the range blaster. Not going to quite work the way they want. They're going to have to reposition, and it looks like Kitten's going to have to fall back once again. They put their cooler very forward. They're going to get the pick. We're just going to set them up here. They got two more as well. They definitely have time to push up here. If they can go fast enough, they can definitely get control of mid and definitely flip the switch on Be Happy.
Yeah, with no scoring here in the first half of the game, we're not seeing any score here, but Kittens does have a ball which could give them opportunity to push, but Roller getting 2 picks here with 3 picks with the Roller, getting a ball here with no ink, going back to the bubbler for protection with the charger there. Charger also with a ball. Nope, the Roller gave the charger to nope.
They did.
Wrong.
You're good.
The Roller gave the ball to the charger.
You got there. People get what you mean.
Hey, I got it.
They have advantage, yeah. And so we do see that they're gonna jump here, try to go for that score. Probably gonna get it for the most likely in this. They do. Their pencil is actually very forward here, and their teammates came up to defend the pencil, which sets them in a huge advantageous spot here. They have a few clams they can trickle in, especially from that silo area. The Roller is gonna go up there trying to get a pick. They don't, which probably means the gal and their pencil should back out here, and they don't back out, and they get punished immediately for it, which is a shame, but it does mean that Kittens will have 2 power clams here, including their pity, they can use to take this forward positions and go from there. So, that being said, they do go down. Luna going down there is really not ideal. They're like, best counter to Roller, and now the Roller just gets pushed up once again for free. They get a double off top of it. That's crazy.
Crazy 2 picks there for the Roller.
Not quite what they wanted in terms of what that encounter was, but just maybe if they can get some footing again, they can probably get back in. They do still have the 1 clam, which is still very important here. I do think if you get some good specials, then that pick like that would just be just what they need from 𝓀𝓉𝓃𝓃 right there. Definitely trying to get the position here. They do get the pick there too. That's 2. That's 2 down. That's definitely an advantage. They definitely want to grab some mid control here. They're going to get that blaster weak. Charger's going to take the 1 with the blaster. Zap is going to follow up and save. Charger's going to get the kill anyways. Huge. They have strikes here to go in. They just need to make this push happen now. They kind of need a second power clam and then a little more on top of it, but I think you can still obviously win with the regular clams too. Just the power clam's a little faster, right? You can guarantee those points instantly and not waste as much time funneling in and locking out, right? It's very, very different style of attacking, so we'll have to see what they try to decide to do here.
Yeah, as we Kittens holding middle here. First off, I'd love to say the name 𝓀𝓉𝓃𝓃 That's so hilarious. But 2 pick down on the side of Kittens. It doesn't look like they're gonna do any damage here, and the overtime is gonna end, and that game is gonna go to Be Happy. Be Happy was earlier did have the lead, and they kept it strong. I mean, like, we did see that Kittens did score in the end, but didn't get any other extra clams into the basket to take the lead during overtime, which is, you know, thing that happened. It's a thing that happened,
Yeah,
and it's
not
can't
ideal.
change what happened.
Not ideal for either team. I think a big thing that they want to look for maybe in the future is their speed at which they retake. I think that that's very important, and I'm trying to understand why some of their players are just I understand the map control part, and they're doing good at that, but they need to like grab mid and then get map control right, because you want the positions first, and then you can paint, right? You can paint behind you whenever you want. You can't paint ahead of you whenever you want. You know what I mean? So I think that's something just to look for, and that goes for both teams. Be Happy did a better job of it, but there's still times I look at them like, why are they so far behind the other players? So we'll have to see if they can solve that in Rainmaker Mandaria, which in even more case is a way faster map, and I would not be surprised if this ends up in a knockout either way. I do think that some of the weapons these players chose here will be better than others. I don't know if you want to keep the Charger on this map. It's not bad, but Pencil's a little stronger, and vice versa. You kind of you lose out on some positioning advantages when you go Pencil, right? I just think that in general, like Splatlings and Explo and more like niche anchors are a little bit better in Rainmaker Mandaria, at least from my experience, anyways. Don't get me wrong, an E-Leader will still nail you across from that, but at the same time, I definitely want to see. I'm hoping to see at least some other picks from these weapons. So we'll have to see what these teams decide to do to deal with this map and mode.
Did you just say Manta Maria is a fast map?
Yeah, I did. If it's not fast, I don't think you're playing
It's
it
definitely
right.
not fast. In my experience, from what I've seen, for me, it's definitely not an instant knockout kind of map. But I wouldn't be surprised to see that from either team as we get into the second game of grand finals here. We don't see any change from Be Happy, and we do see an E-Leader here and new dualies, and it ends up. It's a big change here for Kittens. I'm very surprised to see E-Leader here, especially scoped. Because this map is good, it's decent for Chargers, but there's a lot of hard corners to see around, and you could just end up dying from a surprise blaster shot to the face.
Immediately, we do see the Kittens here going up in an advantage in numbers. They're going to lose that one player to that roller, but they do still have that advantage. And immediately, like that Pencil, just going to take that player out for the most part. Not ideal. They have Cooler here, and they're going to go for that second push, try to double down. They might go right cut here. Probably not the best thing to do in the blaster, but the blaster's down, so it doesn't matter. They can go across that for free, and on top of that, they just punish the Pencil. Again, Kittens is just going crazy here. This E-Leader just definitely is just being the Rainmaker carrier and a global sniper when it's time. So good points on that for them. We do see that Gal's gonna stop that push to the final check and pull, if you will, but not what they wanted.
Yeah, as we see Kittens taking an insane lead from 100 to 19 there. I wish they said 0 to 60. But as we see Be Happy just holding them back. As you were saying, the E-Leader's not really as the E-Leader's not really being a charger. It's mainly pushing the Rainmaker in and in and in. Kittens are going insane this match, holding Be Happy back, and just push after push from Kittens. Be Happy just can't do anything about it as they don't have the kind of team management to do so.
Yep, definitely something. I think that's something that's very interesting with Rainmaker as a mode, is that you're allowed to kind of have one of your weapons be the Rainmaker, so you can have one of your weapons change its weapon range, in a sense, right? So if you have a bunch of short-range weapons, you can gain a long-range weapon by having the Rainmaker, which kind of is a thing that isn't really talked about too much, but, I'm going to see that weapon's not always going to be the Rainmaker carrier, but you can kind of pivot between things when needed. So we'll have to see how they continue to use this either in that way, or if they decide to switch and use it in a very defensive way from here on out, because they have the lead, right? Kind of changes a lot of things. That roller's going to get that trade with that zap. Very crucial. Going to deny the cooler as much as they can.
Yeah, I'd like to say one thing. The end zap was shooting at the gal, right? He shot. It takes 5 shots for an end zap to kill someone. He shot it 5 times and it didn't die. Can I get an explanation on that? Nice shot from the E-leader there. A beautiful shot from the E-leader on the Rainmaker there. This is a great play.
That bubble might be a game changer right here. This E-leader should probably... I mean, it just worked out with their players right there. Well done on those players to be in those positions they were in. If I was that E-leader, I would have backed up way further and played for the goal a little more, just because you don't want the bubble ruining your day. But at the same time, it worked out very well. The players were there. They had the suction bombs and whatever lethals they needed to get rid of that bubble immediately. So props to that. Very well. Very good coordination in terms of Kittens here. Kittens, this definitely feels like this is their map, and they're very comfortable here. And you can kind of see that from the way they're playing too. They know what they're doing. They're looking. They're waiting for the timings they want, and just they're expecting the flanks more or less, and dealing with them the best they can. Right. So props to that. If this Rainmaker does get the drop here, it's probably not ideal.
Oh,
neither gets the kill. He's just right.
1 point. Oof.
Yeah,
by 1 point.
All you have to do is take one shot, bro. Yeah, well,
wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
You're not gonna let it happen, or whoever it was, the Luna in this case.
Try to jump around the corner.
They do probably get pop here though, and the blast rate is gonna be a little closer for the Luna than cover. Honestly, you're really close. Oh man, oh the Gal is just behind them. They're gonna go for it. They get the cut, they get the lead, and they're gonna get this knockout here.
And that is game 2 going to be happy. I thought Kittens was gonna take it there, but there's always a chance for a comeback.
Absolutely, I think
any sort of game, there's always a chance for a comeback. You could see a 1 point left lead in Rainmaker, and the team that is still at like 50, 60 could just absolutely smash them. But it was a great try for Kittens here. But the next match will be going on to Splat Zone's Ship Shape Cargo. Is that a C or a G? I can't tell. But Ship Shape Cargo.
Yeah, definitely.
It is yeah.
Yeah, it's company.
Corporation.
Yeah. Yep.
The Splat Zones on this map is very interesting. As we know, there's a broken bridge in the middle that does allow for a lot of big plays in middle ground, which is right above the zone.
No, definitely high ground comes in a big play here. This roller, either when it's below, it can flank. When it's above, it can just splash with fall off. There's a lot of presence from that roller I'm expecting to be here. So I definitely think that's something that the Kittens need to watch out for, and how they have to play around it, right? So we will see here. Splatty definitely making their presence known this match. Again, they went the splatter. They went the fire fin again, like the first match.
I'm not seeing any changes in the comp here. Kittens and Be Happy sticking with the same, as every team is pushing towards the middle except for the NZAP coming around the left side as usual, as NZAP should be.
And they go for that quick cooler, and they're going to get 2 picks off of it too. Huge for Kittens at the moment. They're going to trade with that roller, so now they have this attrition where it's 3-2. They can push up a little bit here. They're going to use strikes to follow it up too with a hammer, covering the strikes. They're going to get 1. They're going to look for 2. They're going to back up. They're probably going to go throw the hammer. It's going to hit the cooler box. Unfortunate placement, but maybe they can make something out of it. Not quite. This range blaster is going to deny them of that, and they're going to trade off with another player at the end of it. Now, at the point we're looking at Be Happy, and they kind of need some paint for this roller. So we're looking obviously curling bomb in, and they're going to do just that, but they're not going to get what they want out of it because the Luna Blaster is there and lurking. Some trades go off there with the Chargers, and the range blasters now in the zone to set a Be Happy. You know, if they can create some presence, the Zap's going to go down to the Gal, which means Be Happy's probably going to grab this zone. Then go to that Luna, which they do, and that's probably the zone for Be Happy. There you go.
Yeah, this is a very important game here for Kittens. If they lose this, they the tournament is over and they'll go to Be Happy. But Kittens here have with a big lead here, 46-82, but with Be Happy with no penalty points. But Kittens do have 42 deep in penalty points. Cooler coming out on the side of Kittens here, getting one somehow, probably from a splat bomb. Roller getting two picks with a trade there. That's going to be amazing on the side of Be Happy. Seems like Be Happy's going to take the lead, and no, they're not. Wait, will they?
Hard to say. It's kind of up to
Give a second. No, yes they will, and yes they will take the lead on Kittens, but only by a 6-point lead, and now they are deep in penalty points.
Yeah, but at this point, I also feel like through taking that lead, at the moment they did use the last bit of attrition they had, and Kittens abused that against them and took the zone back, and now have better positioning at the moment. Again, this zone is kind of in this neutral game once again. The Splashers using their great advantage there. We're going to see some Coolers probably out, and we're just going to come down to how these teams slug out this fight. This Roller's trying to get this position here. You can see him. He's looking up for the Zappy. Trying to look for that pick. He goes in the cubby. Zap seals them. They do get them. That does give them an advantage here in the zone right now. They don't have anybody above the zones. They can just run in here. They're not quite fast enough or in the right positions to do so. That Cooler's going to come out from Kittens once again, and it's going to become this dive session once more. That Roller up top on the ramp is going to be pressured out by this Luna Hammer. It's not going to be quite what he wanted. The Luna Hammer's going to go around and just bait out that Roller. Roller's probably going to drop on top of him.
Threw the hammer off the map.
Yep, not quite what they wanted with that either.
That is sad. You know, every time I see during a tournament or any match, seeing anyone throw a hammer or like Wave Breaker or Cooler off the map, it's just sad to seeing anything fall off the map during something important for someone. With Be Happy holding Kittens back on their back foot here, Be Happy is taking their chance to take a heavy lead as much as possible. With 2 going down on the side of Be Happy here, it's going to be a big opportunity for Kittens with Cooler in like one of the best positions possible. But all their team is jumping in through the Gal. It's going to be hard.
It just happened that the Gal was in the right spot where they have to jump back in. It's not really ideal in terms of the Kittens. Roll's going to get that pick too. It's not really without all Roller getting another one is really not the best situation to be in. This Charge is going to have to back up here. This Roller's going to have Bubble. It's going to pressure that more. The Roller is going to go down here though. So now maybe Kittens can start pressuring back in. They have that Cooler ready. They're just going to go around the wall, ignore it like you should be doing. That Hammer's going to go out there. They see the jumps. The Hammer can probably deal with those, or at least the Doolies can. One of the two, hopefully. Doolies is now dealing with a 3v1. They need their teammates there. They're just not quite where they need to be. Getting distracted or pulled by another opponent. Not really want. They do grab the zone there, at the very least. So that means that Be Happy won't be taken down for another few seconds. This Roller's kind of caught out here at the top. They're very much aware where that Roller is. They're throwing bombs. They know he's there. They see it. They kill him. That means they lose their bubble. And now Kittens can now start grabbing this zone.
Kittens have one of the bigger advantages here, especially with how many picks they've been getting with those Doolies. They're trying. This probably will come down to overtime unless they take the lead. And I'm pretty sure. Wait a minute. This might come down to overtime here, and it will. We're in overtime. Come on, and we're seeing, and it goes to Be Happy, and that's a 3-0 smash in the grand finals of Tristrike Tuesday 10.
Wow, that was definitely a match. I think the effort from both teams was great in both matches. That was beautiful. I just astounded. You can see the players that are representing themselves here, the players that are making themselves present in these sets, and they're proving that they're learning. They know what they're doing. They're getting better. So I'm excited to see what these teams have to offer in the future. So that's about it.
Yeah, that was a big show for us and them. I'm surprised. Be Happy. No, I'm actually not very surprised. Be Happy absolutely smashed during the grand finals of Golden Bracket. I thought Kittens was gonna do a little bit better, and they did amazing for how they with what the skill level of the team they're going against. But I was really hoping to see the last two matches, but it's all right. We know. Congrats to be
Yep.
happy on winning it. You know.
Yeah, I definitely think Be Happy had played really well. I think that I mean, being fair though, a lot of these games were very close either way. These games were very back and forth. They had moments where they didn't just sweep any of these games. These games took almost 5 minutes each one, right? And so there's this moment where it's okay. How do you take what you've did this tournament and you throw it into other tournaments, or again back into this one in a way that you can prove that you know what you're doing, right? And so it's a lot about how you take those moments that were back and forths and how do you convert them into lockouts. And the same goes for kittens, right? How do you take those moments where you're losing the zone? What is causing you to lose the zone? How do you convert that into not losing the zone, right? Or whatever it be, right? How do you convert it to not losing objective or whatever you need? So yeah. Thank you again, everybody, for watching Tristrike Tuesdays number 10. I think.
Yeah. We hope you guys.
Anything?
We hope you guys enjoyed watching the tournament and listening to our annoying voices commentate during this tournament. And we hope you have a great rest of your day, night, or evening. And we'll see you on the next one.
Take care.
Goodbye.